Hey everyone, Richard here again from ritphotography.co.uk, and in this video we're going to talk about cleaning your DSLR sensor. Now when it comes to cleaning your sensor on your DSLR camera, there are a few different methods out there, but the two main ones are the wet method and the dry method. Now the wet method involves taking what I guess you would call a swab and basically gently swabbing the sensor. Now this isn't for me. I don't like to do anything that involves touching the sensor. It's such a fine, delicate piece of equipment that any slight touch or knock could knock it out of alignment. Now, if the sensor on my camera was so badly dirty that I needed to clean it, and the dry method that we'll talk about in a few moments wasn't working, I would send it off to be professionally done. With that in mind then, let's have a look at the dry method. This is my preferred choice of cleaning the sensor, and it only takes a few moments but could make all the difference to your images, especially if you have big dust spots on them or things like that. So let's take a look at that then. So when it comes to using the dry method to clean the sensor, it's a two-step process. The first step is to use the camera's inbuilt image cleaning facility. And to do that, you will go into your DSLR menu and select it from in there. Now, when it comes to doing this on anything other than a Nikon system, I'm very sorry, I only shoot on Nikon, so if you've got a Canon or a Sony, you'll have to figure it out in there, but chances are it's going to be very, very similar. So let's take a look at the menu and find out where we need to do this. So if you turn on the camera and go to your menu system, if you move to the fourth option down, which is the setup menu, and then across, in there is an option called Clean Image Sensor. Now when you click OK to that, it gives you two options. The first is Clean Now, which is the option we want, and the second is Clean at Startup/Shutdown. Now what that does, when you turn the camera on, it will clean the image sensor when it turns on and when it turns off. Now I just personally don't use that. I prefer to do it manually when I feel it's needed. So once you've got the Clean Now selected, click OK. It will say Cleaning Image Sensor. It will stay there for about 10 seconds and then it will put you back into the menu. It's as simple as that for the first step. Now the second step involves a little bit more work. So again, if you go back into your setup menu, the option below should be Lock Mirror Up for Cleaning. Now this only works if you've got, I think it's roughly about 75% battery left. Anything less than about 75–80% and it won't work. So you need to make sure you've got a full battery. This is because if you lock the mirror up and you leave it open or the battery dies while it's up, it's going to stay up, which then could cause serious problems with the internals of the camera, especially when it comes to the sensor. So we don't want that, and Nikon don't want that, and I'm sure Canon and Sony and everyone else don't want that either. So it's a built-in safety feature. It can be a bit frustrating at times, I'll be honest. You might only want to do a quick clean on the sensor, you might not even want to take any pictures. It might be 25%, but it's just not going to let you do it. At that point you've got to find a more charged battery and then go ahead and do it with that one. So again, take your camera, go to the menu system, go to Lock Mirror Up for Cleaning and click OK. Now there's only one option here, and it's Start. When you click OK, you'll get a message that says, when shutter release button is pressed, the mirror lifts and shutter opens. To lower mirror, turn camera off. To explain what's going to happen, when you push the shutter button, the mirror will lock up, it will expose the sensor, and at that point we can use a handy dandy rocket blower to clean out the sensor and anything that might be on it. Now let's go ahead and do that and we can see what's going on. So click Start, we click the shutter button, you can hear it lock up just like you were taking a picture, but instead of an up and down, there's just an up noise. If you saw my previous video, this will be very natural to you, or you should understand what's going on here. We're going to take the lens off by holding the lens button here and rotating. We're going to put the lens cap on. This might be out of shot, I'm very sorry if it is, but we're going to put the lens cap on. We're going to keep the body face down. Bear in mind the mirror is locked up, so now the sensor is exposed to any dirt and dust in the room or in the environment. We're going to take the rocket blower, and what we're going to do is as you can see here, you've got the lens ring here. We're going to take the top of the rocket blower and just gently insert it a little way. So when you squeeze it, if you listen, it's going to suck air in through the bottom into this chamber here and force it out. So let's just put that in there and gently give it a few blows around. I'm going to keep it down so that gravity is working, so if something is knocked loose, it will drop out. So let's go ahead and do that some more. I like to give it a good wave around in there. And to be honest, just give it slightly different angles, and there we are, done. So at this point you can either put the lens back on or the body cap back on. Either way, it doesn't really matter. For this particular point, we're going to put the body cap back on. So let's do that now. It's back on there. Now when we turn the power off, the lens, the mirror even, will come back down and cover the sensor. So there we have it. If after all this you've still got dust on your sensor, it probably is time to get it sent away to a professional cleaner and let them deal with it. If it's not coming off with a rocket blower, it's probably not going to come off at all using the dry method, and I would seriously let a professional sort that out for you. So that was the second video done. As I said in the previous video, and I'm going to say in this one, lots more coming up, all sorts of different things. Got lots of ideas. Hopefully we'll be doing some on-location videos with some models and things like that. But yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, that'll be fantastic. You can see all new videos when they come out. You can catch me on Facebook, facebook.com/RT Photography, on Twitter, twitter.com/RT_photography, and obviously on here on YouTube. Go to the website, have a look. I've got lots of other stuff on there, and I'll catch you on the next video. See you later.